Vic Mornington, how's everybody doing? So we're taking a look at another club. This one, this one's kind of out all by itself, mainly if you think about it for the mainstream side of things. So clubs in Second Life, you can basically group them into their musical genre. We just had a look at Fogbound Blues last week, which is obviously blues. The clue's in the name, folks, it really is. But you've got other clubs like Muddies, you've got clubs like Totally 80s, you've got other clubs like those two, basically, that basically cover, 70s, 80s, 90s up to current genre pop music. Then you've got the country clubs, like country western. There's loads of country western clubs on the grid. Then you've got EDM clubs. We're going to have a look at an EDM club next week, I think. Yeah, I think we are going to have a look at an EDM club next week. And then you've got the alternative music scene. Now, alternative music in Second Life used to be rather popular. There used to be a number of very large, very, very busy alternative music clubs on the grid, but a lot of them have vanished, and a lot of these alternative music clubs popped up just as the pandemic was kicking in. So we're talking about beginning of 2020 going through 2021 when there was a lot of people heading on to Second Life basically to pass the time, essentially to pass the time. A number of those clubs have closed down, but a few clubs actually opened up for the indie and alternative music scene long before the rash of clubs for that genre of music popped up in 2020 and 2021. We're taking a look at probably the oldest, or one of the oldest, alternative and indie music clubs here in Second Life. This is Warehouse 21, and it's fittingly inside an actual warehouse. I think... Who makes this again? I can't remember. In fact, you know what? It's a rather well-known builder in Second Life that made this. Yeah, there we go. Hattie Panasek. It's, Ex Machina. That's who made it. Hattie Panasek's builds show up in strange and wonderful places. A lot of people think of Ex Machina as steampunk only. It's not really. I mean, the bulk of the stuff that she makes is leaning towards steampunk, but I mean, this warehouse could show up anywhere, literally anywhere, in a modern day setting, somewhere on a dock or in a steampunk place. But yeah, Warehouse 21 literally is inside a warehouse, but as always, we'll take a look around the outside of the warehouse to see what's actually here for the surroundings of the sim. On this side, you've got a couple of little seating areas which are actually being used. There's a couple of people sitting right there. You have got, that's a D-Lab product, I recognise that. So you've got a D-Lab miniature warehouse there. You've got empty shops, and it's just a load of empty shops going right round here. I think they were thinking of opening some kind of mall, but they never actually got round to it, because these little mini mall buildings have been here for a while, and this side here has been empty for a very long time. I don't think they're bothering to actually fill the place or rent the place out. There's another empty one there. You do have this little place here, which is a little seating area by the looks of it. There we go, little seating area with some shops in there. Ex Machina products by the looks of it, so this must be an Ex Machina shop. Yep, it is actually Ex Machina. There we go. That explains why everything's Ex Machina. They've actually got a shop here. They must be one of the sponsors. There's more Ex Machina buildings. If we tilt the cam down and then just pull the camera out, you will see the whole place is built on a dockside, which kind of makes sense because there's a dockside warehouse that's the actual club. There's nothing much to see on the outside of the club, folks. The basics of this place was built around the club itself. If we bring the camera back down, you're going to be landing right here. Roughly here. There's me here. I just stepped to the side. But if we have a look around the front of the club, you've got the various sponsors and advertisers there. You've got a group joiner, and then we head into the club itself. Now, the club, as you can see, they haven't really altered the warehouse that much, the actual Ex Machina warehouse. They have added some bits and bobs in here to kind of spruce the place up a little bit. At the far side here, you do of course have the DJ stage. The theme in the background, which is right over here behind the DJ, changes roughly every couple of weeks. Right now they're going with Mortal Warehouse, A little nod to the Mortal Engines film, which was a massively popular steampunk film. So you've got the stage here, you've got a mini stage here that the bulk of the DJs prefer to use. And yeah, that's basically the stage. On this side, along the actual side part itself, pardon me, you've got some more seatings, you've got some pictures, and you've got a major seating area right there in the corner. If we tilt the camera round to the opposite corner, again you've got more seating if you don't want to dance at the front. You have got, of course, the obligatory bar, complete with barman. There he is there, so you can sit around and hang around at the bar, and looking from the stage, which is here where the DJ is, looking down, the rest of it is given up to the dance floor. The building looks big, right? Now there's about 45 people on the region right now. There's about 30, 32 inside the actual club. I usually pop in here, usually during the weekends, and I tend to sit in the corner and just chill out and listen to the tunes. I've seen this place with 70, 80, and in some cases, if it's one of the popular DJs during the weekend, 100 people. I've seen the actual region capped out at 100. The building looks big. That's because there isn't a lot of people here right now, he says, with 32 people in this, well, 45 people in this, and about 32 inside the club. There's some 80s clubs that would kill for that kind of traffic, but this is actually Warehouse 21 when it's quiet. That is, it's honestly quiet right now. Round about 10 in the evening UK time, this starts to get busy as peak UK time starts to climb away or starts to fall away because it gets to 12 midnight. That's when peak US time starts to climb the traffic back up again. This place during the weekend is absolutely jumping. There is a lot of people in here, and a load of very good alternative and indie DJs also play here as well. The music mix that you get inside Warehouse 21 is a very eclectic mix. Unlike EDM, where you expect to listen to techno, house, that kind of thing, old school rave, or just old school in general, some kind of EDM themed set where it's one DJ after another that plays EDM style music, or 80s clubs where you expect to listen to 80s. Because Warehouse 21 is main headline is under alternative music, one DJ could play unreleased EDM style house music, which didn't make the mainstream and is one of the subgenres like old school trance, which never really got into the mainstream, in the late 90s, early 2000s, because old school house started to take prominence again. Or you could have alternative new wave 80s style music. That's the next DJ. The third DJ up could play alternative rock. So it's a very, very eclectic mix that you get here. It's not tied down to one single genre or one single type of music. The overall headline of Warehouse 21 is alternative and indie, and that's the styles of music that you're going to get. But those styles have got multiple genres underneath them. If you're a fan of house, you're going to like this place during the weekend because there's some alternative EDM DJs in here. If you're a fan of psychedelic 60s style tunes, there's a DJ in here that plays new wave alternative psychedelic 60s sounding stuff. That's actually a very fun set. If you're a fan of alternative rock, there is generally one or two DJs in here every single day that plays alternative rock. The best thing to do to keep track of what genre of alternative music they're playing is to do that. So you walk into the main club front entrance, which is right there, and if you walk in the pillar over here, you've got a group joiner. I would suggest you join the group, because each DJ that goes up, that DJ or the owner of the club or one of the semi-hosts of the club pops out a group notice to inform people of what type of indie alternative music is going to be played. It's not just a general everyday, come and see DJ Joe Blogs for thumping music for 2 hours, blah blah. No, they actually say the type of music that they're going to be playing. So if you want to know more about the type of music that's going to be coming up, including the club itself, there's your group joiner right there. They're also looking for staff apparently, because they've still got the apply button up. But yeah, There we go. That is Warehouse 21. Again, it is an alternative music hangout. So if you go here and you're an EDM fan and you start you hit your music play button and it's rock that's playing. There is alternative rock, folks. There's alternative house. There's alternative country. Although I haven't actually heard alternative country being played here. It does exist though. It definitely exists. Anyway, that's it for me, folks. As always. Thanks for watching and have a good one.